Hey, you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Y'all, I'm getting ready to take this butt to bed. When I say that today was a very productive day, baby, I got up at 8 a.m. today and my day is barely ending. Okay. Listen, you guys, I don't know if you saw the community tab on here, but I actually posted that tomorrow, or when you see this, it might be today, April the 29th. Um, we'll be doing readings. And of course, I want to like explain a little more in this video because, of course, there was so much that I could type on the community without it, getting confusing or, mixy, as I like to call it. But listen, we will be doing a live after 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, you do not have to be here at 10 p.m. But this reading will be done either via the email or via the live. And of course, you do not have to come up. What I'm learning is that when people are in a setting and it's an open setting for people to come up on, and y'all, we'll talk about this down the line as well, because something actually came up when we were talking about some tea a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even like 2 weeks ago on the live. And we were talking about some tea and how certain people work with these energies. So yes, the reading will be done via the email and or no or the live. And on the live, I will come on here and I would say either your zodiac, your initials, your birth date, whatever, however, right? However you want to go about it. And I will then go into the reading. I would say the questions was asked, blah, 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 and I will give you, your answer. Like I said, going into the calling thing, this is why I wanted to do like I wanted to kind of make it more available to you guys for readings, because of course it's only 24 hours in a day. And, sometimes a lot of people want to connect, so just so happen a lot of people are like on the East Coast or in other time zones. And everyone is available at the same time. So sometimes I would have to push people's readings back like 2 or 3 days. I think the furthest I pushed the reading back was like almost 2 weeks because of the time. Just not working. And so this is a way, if you want a more in-depth reading, of course, you can hit the block spot or you can hit me up. And of course, you will pay full price for that reading. We'll set aside some time individually. And then, of course, I will call you and we'll get into the reading. But for this still, like I said, it's, $25, 2 questions. It'll be answered via the live and or through the email. And of course, I will answer your questions, yes or no, maybe so, time, season. It doesn't matter what question you have. It doesn't have to be, a cookie cutter type of question. I know a lot of people say ask a specific question. No, baby, you have 2 questions. If you say when and why, those are 2 questions. Okay. I know some people get a little loose with it. And I think that's why a lot of people say, ask a specific question. So that way you're not confused and they're not confused. But baby, asking a question is asking a question. When, why, how, and why. Well, I already said why. But yes. So there you go. Of course, like I said, I will not put your business out there. I will answer your question, but I will give your birthday, initials, blah, 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 blah. If I do feel like you're somebody that somebody knows, then of course I would, tell you what the safe word would be, or you could tell me a safe word. You say my safe word is whatever, and I will call you as your safe word. Okay. And that's what we'll be doing. So this will be, all day today or all day on the 29th. And then it will be, the live ones will be after 10 p.m. or at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Everyone else, if you want it only done through the email, you will give me, an hour or 2 to get back to you. And I will go into your questions. This also works too for you to have receipts, because sometimes people don't, they don't write down the readings. And of course, they're like, oh, I think you said this or you said that. Sometimes people have readings done with multiple people and they'll get me mixed up with a reading, that they got for someone else. So I'm like, girl, you never asked me no question like that. And of course, I don't remember all the readings I do, but I know energy. And so if you're telling me a story, I'm already pulling into that energy, tapping in. And I'm just like, that don't sound like an answer that I would give. I don't talk like that. And so, yes. That's the deal that we're doing today, you guys, today. So definitely you would send me an email and I would tell you where to send a payment at, and we'll go from there. You guys, I've been so productive, and it's even changed my time, my sleeping schedule and stuff, because of course the earlier you wake up, the longer of day you have. And so yes, I'm getting a lot done. I'm doing what I need to do, and of course, I told you I do my in-person stuff and I do my online stuff, and sometimes the in-person stuff kind of you know overflows, and then of course I cannot be here for you guys like that. But of course, you can always hit me up at the email, the blog spot. I'm always available, y'all. As I mentioned before, moving forward, we will be tapping into and only dealing with high, magical perspectives. Something that I'm looking back at, y'all, because of course, through every experience, you gain insight, which ultimately leads you to wisdom, because of course you learn something from these experiences. Wisdom is not just having an experience, but wisdom is actually learning from these experiences. So you're not a wiser person because you done been in jail 20 damn times. You're not a wiser person because you've been on this planet for 50 years. What made you a wiser person is these 50 years on this planet, you've learned something every single year, every single day, and you've applied it to your life, which we call, applied science. Okay, so you've actually applied your life lessons and skills to your experiences, and you grow and you learn from them. And so either way, I always, sit back and I look at like, damn, I remember that situation where I had to like cuss somebody out, read somebody down. And, I kind of felt bad because it's like this person's in their trauma. And of course, I'm talking directly to them on this issue because, of course, they're traumatized or whatever type of psychological influences that they're under. But these are still, adults who they give off that they can make adult decisions and responsibilities. And so either way, I'm like, you know what? When you give off basic energy, you attract basic energy. When you give off the idea that you're open to all types of things, all types of people, you're down to girl play, in a kitty corner and shit, girl, Cleo May, Donna May, Jezebel, all this other basic ass shit that you hear people talking about that, a lot of these people don't even apply to themselves, then you're going to attract those type of energies. People are going to see it as an easily accessible thing. And of course, when they're not getting, because their mindset is still at that basic level, and there's nothing wrong with that because we grow. Get into magic, you learn from a basic level, and then you level up, and then before you know it, the basic stuff doesn't work for you no more. And of course, anybody who practiced real magic could vouch for that it doesn't work no more once you learn new things, right? So this is why there's a million one ways to do the same ritual. And so in this experience, in this bubble of experience, I have played with people who gave the impression that they were experienced, they'd done 20, 30, 20, 17, 16 years of whatever. And of course, it's the same cycle over and over again. Like I got a reading done and the reader told me this, that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but ultimately you are the common denominator of this. You have control over this. The ball is in your court. Of course, from their mindset, that'd be like you telling a preschooler, one day you're going to be successful. One day you're going to blah, 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 blah. This preschooler's going to be looking at you like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? Hell, even going to a newborn baby, maybe not the COVID babies, because they're more advanced. But going into, children, 10 years ago, 6 years ago, you sit there talking to them and you'll be talking about something serious and they just start busting out laughing. And you're just like, I'm trying to get this baby to understand what I'm saying, but they don't understand because that's beyond their comprehension. And so the same thing with this, I've, have consultations with people and I will listen to what it is that they're needing, but I will go already into a higher perspective. I will go already into it from a high magical standpoint. But this person is not equipped with the experience and or the knowledge while we offer classes and or the will to experience things from a higher perspective. Nothing that you're doing is going to be in their radar. They're not going to catch it. And so they're asking for, signs and, I need to see this, I need to see that, but it's already there. And so it's amazing to sit back now and I'm looking back and I'm just like, girl, You should have been said, Mom, ma'am, it appears that, your understanding of how magic work is a bit, delusional. So we offer classes and courses, and maybe I should say it like that because people say when I say things, it just sounds like it sounds so sharp. And I don't know why, and I'm not going to apologize for that, baby, because, at once upon a time, I was very shy and I couldn't speak the way I wanted to speak. I couldn't direct messages the way I wanted to, direct my messages. I even told you I had a speech impediment. Okay. Can we talk about it? And so I grew out of that and I learned to speak up for myself and I learned to say what I mean and mean what I say so that people know that I mean business. You're not going to push me around, bully me, disrespect me, and I'm going to kiss your ass after that. You're not going to kick me in my face, bust my lip, and then I'm going to kiss your ass with a busted ass lip. That's not going to work like that. And especially being somebody of a particular experience, they already expect you to be weak. Girl, they have the story for all these years in this country that Black people were enslaved and they would get whipped and lashed by these slave owners and they were, all this other good shit as if Black people were so weak in this country. And so people automatically assume because you are a Black person or a person of a certain skin tone that you are weak. And then on top of that, to throw in another experience, like being another minority on top of a minority, then it's really like, bitch, you should shut up. You should not, speak. You should. And so that's what it came down for me, where I was like, bitch, I'm sick of this. I want to say what I say and I want to say what I mean. And my quietness and shyness had nothing to do with any type of abuse, neglect, or any of that. It was really about me being afraid of saying what I'm going to say and get my ass whooped for it. And not by parents shit, but, people. And even as an adult girl, people be trying to bully you into liking them. People be trying to bully you into, believing what they believe in. And it's like, girl, this is a free world, girl. So you got to bully me into doing it, girl. Let's just meet up and fight. Fuck the dumb shit, girl. You're not going to bully me. Let's just meet up and fight, girl, because you seem like you want to whoop my ass anyway. At least meet up and try. Hello. But anyway, so that's what it comes down to. Like, really, really saying, no, girl, this is what it is, and this is how it is. And if you understand, you understand. If you don't understand, you don't understand. There's no more pity parties. There's no more basic energy. There's no more, as a new beginner to magic, if you need to learn from a basic level, of course, you're going to let me know that, when we're, connecting. And of course, I know how to approach you. If you're telling me that you've been doing counter work for 16 years and you're, 40, 50, 60 years old, I'm assuming you know some shit. So of course, I'm going to come at you from that high shit and be like, okay, well, we need the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And so at the end of the day, the energy is not compatible. And of course, there's a lot of friction that is created. So of course, it will look like people are flaky, faulty, or just downright shady. But in reality, it's kind of like, they're like, I'm a little afraid. I don't know how this is going to go. This is not, this person's coming off a little too serious for me. And of course, we end up not working together, which, I'd be okay with that as well. Girl, I like work people that be ready to work, girl. Okay. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no, I have to let you know, baby, if you're ready to work, you hit me up. Let's get this work done. Okay. And so that's what it's about. Another thing I want to say before I go, because y'all, I'm really like drifting off. I'm sitting here talking with y'all, and girl, I'm just like rolling my eyes and shit while I'm talking to y'all, honey. I'm looking there, looking this and shit. Anyway, I want to say this because it's not important, and I don't think this have anything to do with the YouTube sector. But a lot of people will think because you're not cammed up, right? Because girl, like I said, we can always turn the camera on. It's never an issue, girl. It's never a problem. It can always be turned on. I want to have a setup, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I kind of been procrastinating. Okay, we've been doing the work, but my in-person work is a little more hands-on. So y'all, it's not as simple as the online stuff. Online stuff, you connect with people, you do your thing, and that's that. Like, there's still, prepping and all the good stuff, but it's not as deep and hands-on as someone who actually you're in person with them, you're seeing them, you're going to their space, et cetera, et cetera. You're working close, for the 21 days you're doing the rituals, you're with them those 21 days. They may say, hey, I need you to come and see me on Wednesday because blah, 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 whatever. You're working closely with these people. Not to mention, you guys, well, let me not put that out there yet. But so yeah, there's a lot with a lot. And so, of course, I want to have a setup. I want to do things with y'all, like how I did, I think 2020, 2021. Bitch, get the light and stuff down. Of course, we have these things. We could do these things, but I want to be in that space to do that. So, of course, I'm like, girl, me not having the right lighting, me being tired as fuck and not wanting to get on camera because I'm fucking pooped as fuck, girl. Screenshots are looking crazy as fuck, girl. Y'all know that. Girl, you take a screenshot of yourself on a video, girl, and see what you look like. Hello. And so I want to be well rested. I want to be that. And so unfortunately, I do my in-person stuff. Y'all, like I said, I be pooped. A bitch be looking wore out. And we know from the past, girls be feeling like they be doing workings on girls and they be manifesting. And I'm like, girl, trust when I tell you this, it's not manifesting. Trust when I tell you this, girl, a bitch is motherfucking good. And guess what? I owe it to my supporters. Shout out to my supporters for keeping a bitch good. Can we talk about it? Or is that too deep for y'all right now? Shout out to my motherfucking supporters for keeping a bitch motherfucking good. Bitch, because that's what it comes down to. Ain't no scamming, ain't no scheming, ain't no fake ass shit to get motherfucking ahead. Real recognize motherfucking real, and it's not about motherfucking energy and motherfucking levels. The real people that have motherfucking energy, they're matching motherfucking energy. They're being the energy that they want to motherfucking track. So they're saying goddess, mystic, whatever, Mia, Fala bitch, I see you as a big energy bitch. I can match that energy too. And that's what they motherfucking doing. They're doing what they motherfucking do. And I appreciate that. So that's what it comes down to, right? And so I promise y'all, we're getting into a new month. We're almost in a new season. I will be on here and you guys will be seeing me okay because I have the lighting, I have the setup. I'll set aside days and times to get on here that I don't got to do nothing else. I will tell my in-person people today is the day I'm not going to be dealing with y'all. I'm taking time off, whatever, I don't got to explain shit to nobody, but we're taking the day off and that's what we're doing. And then of course I'll be well rested. I can give you guys my undivided attention. And so that's what we're going to do with that. So like I said, yes, I've been procrastinating when it comes to doing the setup, putting the setup together. But I'm still here. You guys can still reach me. I'm still, accessible. And yeah, that's what that. Y'all, I want to say this too. Two things happen. Let's talk about this deeply because I'm sitting there thinking about this right now. So I went to travel to go see my people, my friends who have their own botanica and spiritual shop. And they went from having like a swap meet type of business to having like a brick and mortar type of business. And so, of course, I love seeing my people succeed and be successful, y'all. I feel like when my friends win, I'm winning too, baby. So I'm getting down there crying with them. I'm celebrating with them. I'm dancing with them, baby. At the end of the day, girl, and that's what it comes down to. And so, so it's a couple, man and woman, and I'm really, really close with the wife. And of course, because the wife kind of owns her husband. So I'm kind of cool with him, but I'm really cool with the wife. Okay. And so he knows, okay, let me not interact unless my wife said I can. Then he's like, oh, hey, ha, ha. Well, girl, when she not saying so, baby, daddy's not even giving eye contact. Okay. But long story short, y'all, I go to their botanica the other day and they had a candle I've never seen before. And I said, oh my God, I want that candle. It was a gold candle, but it had something on it. So he's like, this is the only gold I have. I said, fine, give me that. So then he's looking, y'all. Oh, girl, I don't want to think about it. This shit gonna piss me off, but there's a blessing on the other side of this. So, and of course, they gift and stuff, girl. And I don't go buy shit from them to get shit gifted to me. Whatever. Y'all, I get home. I should have checked the fucking bag. I get home and he switched out these gold designed candles for solid fucking gold candles. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm sitting here buying my other candles that's going to accessorize these gold special design candles, girl. I'm not going to say too much of what the candles were, but they were gold and they had cute little holographic 3D looking art on it, y'all. I was like, oh, that is so beautiful. That is so amazing. Even after the candles burned down, girl, I would keep the jars for like, a vase or something, y'all, or be cute and fill it up with, something to make like rain sticks up with it, girl. Honey, when I tell you that this motherfucker was like, oh, I got one solid gold. Okay, I'm telling him, okay, I'll take that. This man switched out the gold, because first I agreed to get the gold with the special design on it, because he was like, that's the only gold I have. Fine. He then, so I got this. I said, oh, perfect. Give me these 3 gold special design candles and give me these 2 gold regular candles. This motherfucker switched out those candles, y'all, and put the solid gold candles in the bag instead. So I leave, of course, go then to the shop where the wife is over. And of course, I get the candles to compliment these candles. I guess this is what I get for not looking. But when I realized that those candles were switched out, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm going back to them in a week or so. I told him 2 semanas. And when I go there, he's getting cussed the fuck out. And of course, a cute way, y'all. I'm not going to say, motherfucker. I'm just going to say, excuse me. I didn't like how you made me get these solid gold and I wanted those gold. Even though you gave me 2 nice gifts that were very valuable. That's not the point, baby. I mean business when it comes to my spiritual shit, bruh. So anyway, y'all, I'm like, well, Saint, so said Saint, we're not going to say who it is. But I was like, is this a sign that you don't want to work with me? Like, just show me a sign. Now, this Saint is a giver, y'all. And this is getting very deep right here because I was like upset because I was like, baby, maybe the Saint is saying that they don't want to work with me right now. And maybe, I'm okay with that. If I need to take a break, I need to not work with that spirit, so be it. We have other allies that we can work with and connect with. Y'all, this was yesterday. Today, I forget about it. Out of sight, out of mind. See, that's what you got to pay attention to, y'all. That's why I'm telling y'all this story. I go to this grocery store and this ground beef, by the way, y'all, 5 days I've been eating salmon every night with, sauteed differently with potatoes or with cabbage, whatever, salad, potatoes, whatever. Very clean, very healthy, no sugar, no candy, no cake. Y'all, my cravings have almost completely left for the sugar cravings too. Like I would think, oh God, I want a piece of candy, but I don't get it. Anywho, when I tell y'all that I go to the store, and I normally go to the store zoned out, like I put my music on, my affirmations, or my, just to relax myself. Because girl, there be a lot going on in the stores, girl. And I told y'all, I'm on my phone. The lady was like tapping on me, and she's like, "Are you taking pictures of me?" And I'm like, "Bitch, why would I take pictures of you, girl? Who the fuck are you? Are you Barbara Streisand or something?" Because she was giving Barbara Streisand. Are you Barbara Streisand or something? She's like, "Who the fuck are you? Are you famous? Like, why would I take pictures of you, girl?" So that shit pissed me off, y'all. So I'm like, when I go, I'm putting my music on, I'm doing my thing, I'm getting out. So I, for some reason, takes my speaker off, y'all. This is spirit, because I'm out of it. Because spirit deals with your higher self, girl. Let's talk about it, y'all. So I hear this lady, and she had all this ground turkey, 3-pound packages of ground turkey. And I'm like, damn, this bitch got money, because that ground turkey is $21. I'm like, this bitch got money, girl. $21 a ground turkey. And she got like 7, 8 of them. It could have been 9. I don't know. But I'm like, okay. So y'all, I'm in the line, and thank God I'm cool with one of the workers. And I gotta say that she because this came up. So y'all, I'm sitting here and I'm watch this lady check her shit, and they're like, the total is 45 something. And I'm like, wait a minute. The meat over there said $21. She got the meat and she got other shit. How's this only 40 something dollars? This doesn't sound right. So I asked, I said, excuse me, ma'am, how much is the ground turkey? And she said, it's ringing up as $3.50. So I'm like, wait a minute, I don't need no ground turkey though. And then someone's like, bitch, yes, you do. So I was like, okay, how many are over there? She's like, I don't know. So the clerk, the bagger, was like, I'll go check. So she go check. And she's like, there's only 2 left. So the worker was like, put one aside for me and also put her one aside. So the girl was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. She was like, yeah, girl, you're here all the time. Yeah, we'll do it for you. And I was like, oh my God. So y'all, sure enough, they put one in the back because I told them I was coming back because I wasn't going to go home immediately. I have to go do other shit. So I was like, yeah, I'll come back and buy it, but not now. Y'all, when I tell you, it was the grace of this motherfucking saint. And I know it was. Because, baby, when I got back, the lady was all like, I want to give you a heads up. And I said, what? Because I'm like, oh, girl, I ain't going to get my fucking chicken. She said, so they're going to change the prices because what happened is they were selling the ground turkey as the wholesale price. So we paid $3.50 for it, but we're selling it to you guys for $21. So you might want to grab. You might want to, there's only one left. And there's really two, but I'm not gonna get it because I feel like I'm stealing from the company. But you go ahead and get your turkey before they change the price. So y'all, literally, I'm going up there, and of course there was a line, and the lady was like, "I'm gonna help you." So she rings it up, y'all, and it's still the $3.50 price. So I was like, you know what? I want to take a chance. And she said, "What?" I said, "I want to go get another one," because she said that there was only two, but I strolled over there, y'all, and there was more put out. So she was like, "No, they're not going to ring up." And I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yeah, they're not going to ring up." And I said, "Okay, well, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. If you ring this up, I'm not going to waste your time because there's a line behind me. I'm going to pay the $21 for this £3 and pay the $3.50 for this one." And of course, y'all, I kid y'all not, I could have sworn that this meat said that it will be expiring on April the 28th, which is today. So I was like, maybe that's why this one rung up $3.50, even though she already told me. And the one that expires on May the 11th is, it's going to be the full price because it's not expiring soon. Y'all, the price over there said $21. There was no $3.50 or any of that on it. Long story short, y'all, when she scanned that second package, it rung up for $3.50 as well. So I got 6 pounds of ground turkey, 85% fat, for $7, y'all. And literally the lady behind me was grabbing it too because she was like, "I hear you guys talk about this turkey and I want to get some." And I was like, "Oh shit, I hope she didn't hear that. It came up $3.50 because then she's going to expect to get the same price. And then, girl, the manager might come out and say, 'Yeah, unfortunately, man, we got to charge you the full price.'" But girl, thank the heavens she did it. So they rung her up. I was like, I'm be nosy. Act like I'm looking through my receipt and shit. It ranged up full price for her, y'all. So in a matter of like a second, the guy was over there ringing up the price, changing the prices on this meat. And it was ringing up, and I can show you all the receipt too, by the way, if y'all need that. I can show it on the community tab. It was ringing up $3.50. After she scanned my second one, and I said, "Girl, I'm not going to get greedy because that's how, you can't get greedy with shit like that. Spirit is gifting you, and you're like, okay, then we'll go get 5 more. That's why I was like, I'll only get 1 more because she said there was 2 originally, but Mama said she didn't want hers because she felt like she was stealing from the company. So basically, I can't say she helped me still because basically, bitch, I paid for it, but it's not my fault that they didn't ring it up. They didn't put the right price in it. And then I'm told as a consumer that they were $3.50, and the bitch in front of me, girl, earlier when I came, girl, she got 7 of them, 8 of them, 9 of them, the same motherfucking price. So bitch, bye. I want my motherfucking 3. Y'all, I fucking gagged this. I'm going into my car. I'm sitting here thinking, what are the odds of that I go to the store today when I wasn't even supposed to be here today? I was supposed to be going to Northern California to go see my mom. But I was like, what are the odds that I go to this store and I literally go in there not even planning to get ground turkey, even though, my fitness buddy is like, you need ground turkey because it's high in protein. That's why I've been eating salmon. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to do ground turkey. We're going to do salmon, trout, sometimes shrimp, basically the pescatarian. The only meat I will eat outside of that will be beef every so often, and I'll eat ground turkey. But I was like, what are the odds of this? Like, what is going on? And y'all, I literally get in my car. Oh, girl, this is deep right here. I get in my car, y'all, and I look over, like I was in a daze, like, oh my God, like, how is this even possible? And there's literally this saint on somebody's car, y'all. Oh my God. Literally, this saint's decal was on the back of somebody's motherfucking car. And that had me shook, girl. Like, it had me fucking shook because I was like, oh my God. And so I told my sister that I was going to be calling her back, y'all, and I didn't. Baby, I went into devotion mode, girl. I was like, girl, on my way home and doing my thing, girl, I'm putting on my tea. I'm giving shouts. I'm giving praises. I'm getting down with the spirit. I'm meeting in my motherfucking spiritual court because at the end of the day, girl, that's what it was. So that was the saint telling me, baby, no, it was his fucking ass that switched out the motherfucking candles. It wasn't me denying you access or working with me. It was his ass that switched it out. And then of course I brought it with one of my sisters, and she said, yeah, there's times that she been places and they'll have the last of something and maybe they want to use it for themselves. So they'll be like, but hey, maybe you like this one better. And I was like, that is crazy because that did happen to me before in the past as well. Like this company used to make something and all of a sudden they start offering something at half the size. Good example, you would bring in a gallon bottle and they'll make a special tonic for you. And now all of a sudden they're offering the same tonic blend for but half of it. Like it's a half a gallon now. And so I asked him, so are we still able to bring in our own bottle? He tried to answer the question because that bottle's only $20. The jar is 25 and half the size. So I guess he thought I forgot about that. So I asked him again, I understand what you're saying, hun, but can I still bring in my gallon bottle and get the mix? And he said, well, I guess it depends. And it's like, well, what do you mean it depends? Because this is your business. So is it a yes or no? So I'm like, okay, fuck the dumb shit, girl. We're not getting a gallon or a half a gallon now, bitch. Now I'm gonna settle for the fucking 32-ounce fucking cups. And that's what who I'm motherfucking do, bitch. You wanna be funny and shady with my motherfucking ass. How about that? So bitch, fuck getting a $20 deal to get a gallon and you wanna cut it down and charge 25 for a half a gallon. Bitch, now I'm paying $9 for fucking 32 ounces, girl. How about that? And so I was just like, Spirit always show up and show out. And so y'all, that's always a sign. And also, y'all, I always say I'm the queen of receipts, girl. Everything I tell y'all, girl, someone could come up and vouch because I always got to share my good news with a sister. Sometimes I'm on the phone with a sister when these experiences are going on. They're gagging, I'm gagging. So baby, somebody could always come up and vouch for anything I fucking say, girl. I speak nothing but the truth, so help me God. I feel like the Spirit's been holding me accountable to be honest and truthful to people. I feel like sometimes Athena be having that, Wonder Woman having that truth rope around me at all times for me to say what I need to say and say how I feel. And that's why I'm going to be apologizing if I get disrespectful because I feel like it was in my spirit to get disrespectful. Okay? If I got disrespectful, it was in my spirit to get disrespectful, honey. To say, Spirit say, you need to read this bitch out loud for being shady as fuck, whatever. So anyway, y'all, when you're doing spiritual work and you're like, I don't know this and that, y'all, the signs are always there. Look to the signs. Wait a minute. What the fuck what is going on down there? Bella and Anubis is doing something down there, bitch. And I'm like, girl, what the fuck? All I'm hearing is scark, 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 scark. Bitch, what the hell's going on down there? I always look for the signs because the signs are always there. Same thing with, you know, uh, you know, uh, the signs are always there. Same thing with attracting energy, be the energy you want to attract. If you want to attract positive things, be a positive person. If you want to attract good things, be a good person. If you want to attract people that are, that understands the low and the high, what they say, bitches acting, what did Lovely Mimi say? They act in high sedity, but be ranking low. Yeah, girl, you want to rank low or act high sedity, girl, you're going to attract people that rank low that want to act high sedity too, or vice versa. Maybe you are that bitch and maybe they want to act like they're that bitch too, so they want to try to scam, scheme, and play in your motherfucking faces if you ain't knowing the tea. So that's where it's at for me, and I hope that's where it's at for y'all. Y'all, we're moving into a new month. This is the new moon energy, new moon in Taurus. Shout out to the Tauruses out there, y'all. I have two, people, well, I haven't heard from these Tauruses. Matter of fact, where's all the Tauruses in my motherfucking life, honey? Hello? Because I don't know any Taurus in my personal life. I used to be friends, two of them, but they were shady as fuck. Okay. One was, anyway, that's not important. But where's the virtual Taurus at? I just thought about that right now. Where have y'all been doing that thing, girl? Traveling the world and shit. You know what they be doing, girl. The Taurus girl. They love Taurus. They love good things and seeing good things in girls. So, girl, especially with these passports getting shut down and shit, girl, listen, just because you can't go don't mean I can't go. Ow! You okay? Bitch, just because you can't take that flight don't mean I can't take that flight. Okay? Let's talk about it. Okay? But anyway, let's see, y'all. Let me take my motherfucking ass to bed. I don't think anybody is in here okay. Yeah, King of Sheba. Hey, King of Sheba, how you doing? Yes, honey. Hope you are well. Yes, yeah, yes. Show that receipt. Yes, I will show that receipt, King of Sheba. I'll put it on the community tab. Yes, I will, honey. Because I keep my motherfucking receipts, baby. And okay. I was just saying, well, I did pay with my debit card too. No, I paid cash for that. Yeah. So I will definitely show that receipt, baby. And then you know what I'll do as well? I'll even vouch. Oh, we could get it on video, audio. Oh my God.
We can do that too. Say hi. I just want to confirm this turkey, because the receipt is going to show the date I got it, y'all. It's going to show the date I got it, which was today. So I'm going to go tomorrow and say, can you verify how much this ground turkey has been for the past 2 weeks? Can you verify? Because I think even the smallest one, which is only a pound, 16 ounces, I think that was like $8.99, $7.99 for the the 1 pound packages. So y'all, like I'm about to break that bitch down, girl. I'll make half it tomorrow, make some type of ground turkey in my salad because I got a goddess salad. And then I'm going to make like 2 turkey burgers and freeze them. And then the other, I'm going to freeze because, baby, that's too much ground turkey for me, girl. Okay. Same thing with the salmon, girl. I bought 6 pieces of salmon and I've been eating them I got 2 more pieces, but I'm going to have to cook both of them tomorrow because tomorrow they're good up until tomorrow. And, baby, when I tell you I get full off that 1 piece of salmon with that salad, like I'm full right now, y'all, and I ate almost 4 hours ago. Oh, girl. That's probably why I feel like I really want to go to bed, girl. I'm full, girl. That nigga them, honey. Anywho, I will definitely post the King of Sheba. So yes, honey, let me take my motherfucking ass to bed, y'all. I am literally, like I said, preparing to do my little setup and background so that way I can get on, show y'all some tea. We can talk, maybe y'all, who knows? Maybe y'all see some new tea. You'll see some things. May is going to be a beautiful month. June, girl, the months to come is going to be beautiful, y'all. We're elevating every day, each and every way, and it's a blessing. And we're thankful. We're thankful for the love and support that we get spiritually, physically, emotionally, and definitely monetarily. Hello. Thank y'all. Anyway, y'all, I did get already about 2 people that responded to the thing. Like I said, you have all day, the 29th, to hit me up about that reading. Give me about 2 hours to respond back to you. Then, of course, you want your stuff live. You will get your live at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Like I said, I will, tell you the tea. And, of course, you know what questions you ask. Maybe I could even just say whatever, because you know your own questions, right? And then, of course, it'll be good if you can comment. And of course, I'm not, I'm asking, but this is not, mandatory, that you comment underneath the video and you say, if the reading was accurate, if it wasn't accurate. Hell, if only certain parts were accurate. Let me tell you a little thing before I go. I literally was talking to someone, 2 or 3 days ago. This person was like so on the defense, about it, anyway, the legal shit that's been going on. And they were just like, I just don't think that people should take matters into their own hands. I feel like everybody should have their due justice in court, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. So y'all, I'm sitting here just thinking out the blue, right? This was like maybe like a week or 2 ago. The other day we're talking and I'm just like, I want to ask this motherfucker because I know they said they were in medical, but I feel like there's some legal shit behind them. So of course, y'all, I'm sitting here talking to this person and I am asking him in particular, like, are you into, legal stuff? Like, is this the career you wanted? And Daddy's all like, no, no, not really. I do like watching a lot of criminal justice stuff. And I was like, okay, that's kind of, odd or whatever. Y'all, I'm asking this question. And of course, maybe Daddy was like, well, I don't want my business out there. I don't know. Maybe he was like, I don't really want to answer because maybe the bitch going to tap into shit. But another person brought up, well, are you asking, is he into it? Or like, what made you ask this? And I said, well, honestly, I'm sitting here thinking just for some weird reason right now, right? Because I'm playing that role, some weird reason that he wanted to be into the legal stuff, like paralegal, lawyer, attorney. And then I'm saying like sheriff, and I'm like deputy sheriff or something. Like there's something with that. So I'm thinking this is what he was interested in being, because we were talking about the due justice and also the good shit. And I feel like, girl, if you touch my kid, girl, we don't got to go to court. Girl, I'm fucking you up on sight. Bitch, fuck the dumb shit. Ain't no you should be arrested and taken to, behind bars, and then I see you in court and then you plead your case. Bitch, you took my motherfucking kid, girl. Bitch, it's a motherfucking rat. I'm just saying. So ain't no due justice for that. But he was like, no, I still feel like they should have it. So I'm like, maybe this is his passion. Girl, no. The person's like, but didn't you say the other day, and he's talking to this guy, did you say the other day that you were having some type of legal issue because you bonded somebody out or something? And while this guy is saying that, I'm waiting for this other guy to respond. The B guy, we're gonna say B, and he's like, "Yeah, but she was asking, like, was this my career of, was this with the profession I wanted to go into?" And I was like, "Yeah, so this not about a deputy sheriff serving a paper or something then." So I'm like, "So you're not this heavy set," and y'all, I'm describing what I'm saying. "You're not this heavy set, like biracial black guy that's like in Texas or something," because I'm seeing like deputy sheriff and I'm seeing like the Lone Star State. Mind you, this guy said he was in Georgia, y'all. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm seeing like the Lone Star State, like sheriff deputy." So I thought maybe you want to be a deputy, but I'm like, "No. Did you get served papers? Like, if this is not you, you're getting served with papers or something by a deputy sheriff or whatever." And he's like, "The weirdest thing is that I never use my friend's address for anything. And allegedly, I got served papers of it." And I'm like, "How's that possible? How did you get served papers?" But I'm still thinking to myself, y'all, in this, like, dude, why not say, "No, I never wanted to be a deputy sheriff. No, I never wanted to be a paralegal. Never wanted to be an attorney. Now I was into law stuff, but I am dealing with law things right now." He didn't ask me a question, but I was tapping into that energy and I called out what I was feeling. And of course, he could have said, "Well, it's validated, but not in that way." And then, girl, we could have, because validation is validation. Okay. If I said on Tuesday, your baby daddy is going to blah, 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 and maybe it's not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, or on a Tuesday, your baby daddy, blah, 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 and your baby daddy know about the reading, that is still a validation. And so I'm like, girl, if that was a review, girl, that was still a validation. So you got served allegedly at your friend's house for some matters because you bailed somebody out, which I'm assuming is your friend. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's your friend's relative and they know you have good credit and money. So they use you as a bailment. And girl, that's why you getting fucking served, because mama fucking jumped the shit. I'm like, how does that work over there in Texas? Because I thought the bounty man, and girl, we just getting into the conversation, but I'm like, girl, so the same thing with that. You ask a question, I give the reading. Whether you feel like it's validated or not, still definitely say, yes, that resonate with me, but, or no, it doesn't resonate with me, but there is something along the lines of blah, blah, blah. And then if you need to, that can be a part of your second question, or hell, maybe you say, "Baby, I want a full reading on it." Like somebody did the last time. They did the quick little reading, and then we got in and we did a more in-depth reading. You do that, girl, we touch in and we address the way we need to address it. But that's it with that, y'all. Anyway, y'all, I'm really going to go now. I feel it. I'm like, "Oh, girl, my eyes are feeling heavy, girl." I'm like, "Oh my God, is this what smoking weed feel like?" And I honestly feel like I took a melatonin, and I don't take melatonin, girl. Girl, ow. Anyway, y'all, let me go. Love and light, twospiritmystic.blogspot.com, 2aspirit@gmail.com. And of course, y'all, I'll be back again. Oh, yeah, and Midnight Metanoia, baby. Listen, I promise y'all. Ooh. Girl. Girl, it took me the fuck up out of here. Anyway, listen, I'll be getting back to y'all, okay? Listen. Oh, Midnight Metanoia. We will be doing a Midnight Metanoia, y'all, for sure. Thursday the 2nd, you will get a Midnight Metanoia, okay? Thursday, May, is that the 2nd or the 1st? Thursday. It is Thursday. Thursday, May the 2nd, you are going to get a Midnight Metanoia. Okay, y'all? Bye for now. Love and light. Love and truth.